Part two of the situation was then when I had to run and go and pick my kids up from this woman who stopped with her husband in a black pickup truck, and they asked, honey, where's your mommy? Honey, where's your daddy? Where is your parents? And stuff, because they were looking confused and scared. And Jackson just kept saying Speyer Lane, which is our street name. And she's like, that's where we live, honey. And then she's like, oh my God, I recognize you. I think I know where your house is. I'm going to stay with you, and my husband's going to go find your mommy, okay? She says to him, it's the one with the American flag. Remember, it's the one with the American flag. We drive past it all the time. And her and her husband have the Scooby-Doo boat in the driveway. And sure enough, the kids are like, yeah, that's our mommy and daddy. And Jackson's already having a panic attack at this point. And she's walking with them. She's like, I think I know where you live. Let's go, babies. And she's like, what's your names? And they're like, we don't want to tell you. We don't want to tell you, because they were scared. And she's like, I understand, honey. I understand. And sure enough, that man comes up and he's pulling up and he's like, hey, are you missing kids? Because I'm out waiting for them at the house with my hood up to my truck and everything. And I start crying and go, what do you mean? I'm missing my kids. They're supposed to be dropped off at the house. And sure enough, this woman comes right around the corner. I start running like a bolt of lightning to them, because he offered to get me into his truck to go and get to them immediately. And he was going to drive us all back. And he said he didn't have any jumper cables, and he was trying to go get them. He's going to be back in a minute or two. He was so nice. And his wife had to calm me down. I had to talk to my friend Lavetta a bunch today because I was so upset, and I kept feeling I was bugging her. I was so upset. I literally vomited after getting them in the house. I cried because I felt like I had failed them, even though it was the school that failed them to do their duty and to follow what the IEP was set in place for, which is for safety reasons. You don't just drop them off so far and expect them to know where they live. They're autistic. They were made aware that these children were autistic and are very nervous. And to drop my nervous son, who has a seizure disorder, in this type of weather that causes these seizures, and making him walk, is fucking outrageous. And I'm not saying this to be like, hey, look at me, woe is me. No, fuck that. This school needs to be punished because you neglected their needs. I was up and honest with you about their needs and what I needed from you. And then you guys got me fired from my job. You didn't care about what I needed to do in order to keep my family going. And you literally kept bouncing me from one meeting to another to different schools and did not help me whatsoever. You could have helped, but you didn't. You failed. And now I want to sue so fucking bad.